This is the FMA135 apochromatic sextuplet refractor, which I actually happen to be filming with right now. Now, this scope is not new to the market, but it deserves a spotlight on our channel simply due to its versatility. This is an ultra wide field, super portable astrophotography solution at an incredible value. So I'm Tegan with High Point. Like, subscribe, and let's take a deep dive. So the Askar FMA135 features a 30mm aperture, a 135mm focal length, and a focal ratio of f/4.5. Optically, it's a triplet air-spaced apo design, including one ED lens element for excellent color correction and a built-in 3-element field flattener. So this gives you a total of 6 lens elements and ensures a well color corrected, sharp field of view with APS-C size sensors. The M42 threads on the back combined with a 55mm back focus makes connecting dedicated astro cameras and DSLRs simple and straightforward. So now I'm going to need you all to prepare yourselves and really lock in here because we have a huge unboxing session coming up. When you open the box, now are you ready for this? When you open the box, you will find the scope and also an 1.25" eyepiece adapter. So yes, this scope, the FMA135, was built for versatility. So with that, we're going to show you just how simple of an astrophotography rig you can create with this lens, but also how it performs as part of a more complex imaging system, and also how it performs as a dedicated camera lens. So before we get into the astrophotography side of things, we're going to show you how to connect it to a DSLR and use it as a dedicated camera lens, which will also show off the nice helical focuser and how easy it is to use. First, you'll need an M42 T-ring that matches your camera brand. In this configuration, the FMA essentially becomes a manual focus 135mm prime lens. The helical focuser is nice and it allows for smooth and precise focus, and this now becomes a fun little photography setup for outdoor use. Now let's take it one step further and put this on a sky tracker. So here we have the Ioptron SkyGouter Pro and a simple carbon fiber photographic tripod, but really any sky tracker like the Star Venture, the Move Shoot Move, or even some of the smallest EQ mounts like the Skywatcher GTI will work, and they are perfect jumping off points. If you want to keep costs down, you can even get these sky trackers used as they're pretty readily available on the used market, but they're also quite inexpensive if you purchase them new. Now, if you combine this star tracker with the FMA135 and your current DSLR or mirrorless camera, then you have what us astrophotographers would consider a perfect astrophotography rig for beginners, specifically for those who want a gentle and simple introduction into the hobby. The FMA135 and your DSLR can be attached to your star tracker several different ways, and then from there, all you need to do is pull their line. So this is typically the section of the video where we bring the sky tracker out and we show you how to set it up, but unfortunately, because our weather is so terrible this week, we can't do this section of the video. But I was able to get out a few months ago and photograph the Orion Nebula with the FMA135. Take a look. So you can see why we consider this scope paired with a DSLR and a sky tracker is an optimal way to dive in to astrophotography. It's extremely easy to use, it's simple to set up, and the results are infinitely better than trying to capture the Orion Nebula on a stationary lens at 135mm focal length. The value here is simply incredible. Now, of course, you can take this scope and put it onto a dedicated astro imaging system. Now add in a cooled astronomy camera, an off-axis guider, and an EQ mount like the ZWO AM3, giving you a system that will rival a true astrophotography imaging rig, but at a fraction of the cost while still maintaining versatility. So again, this is the section where we would bring out the astrophotography rig and show you our final results, but we can't do this section of the video. We do have customers with clear skies. Let's take a look at their photos with the FMA135. Now, another very handy use for the FMA135 is as a guide scope. Because this is small, lightweight, and has a short focal length of 135 millimeters, it can be mounted to the top of a larger imaging telescope and paired with a guide camera. This gives us a clean, compact guiding solution with a really well-corrected guide scope. Now, this may be just a little bit overkill, but who doesn't love near perfect color correction in their guide stars? Let's take a look at these stars. So whether you're looking to build an ultra-portable imaging rig or a dedicated astrophotography setup, or just use the FMA135 as a 135mm prime camera lens, then the FMA135 adds a lot of value to your arsenal. So if you've enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments and tell us what is the first object that you would photograph with your Askar FMA135. Again, I am Tegan with High Point. Thank you so much for tuning in, and clear skies.